mostly because of me. I guess I can play this way, right? Something like that. Is that right? I don't know. I get a Panuki out of the deal. That counts for something, right? This is too small to play down right here. Come on. Play down right here, then... if he ignores, I can play here, but that doesn't mean anything. He'll just extend... here. Maybe I should have played high, I don't know. You got a corner, I got a Panuki. I mean, that means something. And you know, to his credit, it's a nice looking corner. I mean, it looks fine to me. It's a nice, big, happy corner. Okay. Now I think I will slide. Let's revert to a basic pattern. It's like, what? Why did you do that? Sure. I've just calmed down. I play weird when I've been drinking. Here, I'll make that double wing, sort of. I like double wing. Mm-hmm. Let's see what he does here. I thought he would play here, play the other way. This seems too nice to me. You know, it seems like if he would have split, then he could have kind of gotten the best of me. Oh, no. Look at your weakness. Yeah, now you have to go back and correct. That sucks. No, I'll just attack in here, huh? Yeah, you're probably just gonna jump. Oh, you didn't? Okay, sure, why not? What's the best way to play here? Maybe just like that. It's pretty annoying, because then I can just knights move towards my thickness when he jumps out. Or he can just ignore me completely. That's cool too. That's fine. I don't want him to attach on top or underneath. I'll do the same thing over here. Sure. Let's try to settle something. How about that? This is probably stupid. Yo, it doesn't work for me. Oh well. That's how you sacrifice a corner in a second. In a hot second. Um. Yeah, I have to respond. I'll come back to this ladder later. Is it a ladder? No, it's not actually. Yeah, it is because I can always play at P17, so it is a ladder. That's kind of an annoying move for him, actually. I mean, it's good. It's good right away. He's like, oh, I stole the corner, but it's like, that's kind of, there's Aji. Okay. I mean, I just broke the ladder. I guess there's no ladder anymore. I feel like I'm not getting a whole lot here. Maybe I'll get something with that. To keep this on the run. Okay, what's the situation here? I am liking my lower right, but it's kind of not perfect yet. It's pretty good though. Okay, sure, I'll jump out. Then you're probably going to feel compelled to play a d10 or d9 or something like that because you're going to be like, no, I don't want to give him all that. That's crazy. Which is understandable. But what could I get if you do that? Besides just attacking you more, would I cap you? Guess I'll do this now. I'd still be a little scared if I was white. I mean, it looks good, but not perfect. Now it's perfect. Okay, I need some points. Do it. Don't know what that was all about. Okay, I'm not sure what this is all about. Let's protect. That's not gonna work out for you, dude. I'm looking at G15. Shape. 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 Make some shape first of all. And then, sorry, here too. This ladder is broken. Then jump up. There's actually not a lot of fighting in this game. It's kind of weird. I guess it's not too weird. When I started playing this game after losing the last one, I said, yes, god damn it. Play calm. Some might think that looks over-concentrated. I think it looks just fine. I'll take 6th line territory. Do I need to respond? Do I need to respond? I don't think so. I think I want to take even higher line territory. Yeah, I really need to protect this now. So I'm going to do that, and then maybe he does get this ladder in, which is kind of nice, but I think I've got enough threats. Maybe that's good enough to live. Eh. Eh. Let's see what happens when I do this. I always get myself into these problems. I always leave one damn group on the board that should have lived. Okay, that's kind of interesting to me. I think I can connect just by cutting here, huh? Isn't that a fun idea? I mean, it gets him underneath, but whatever, it's worth it. Let's see if he corrects this. This is small potatoes. I think if I was him, I would just jump on. Oh, okay. He's nothing. Okay. Is that big? Not really. This is pretty big though. You have to admit that's a pretty big side. Hmm. This is small. That's not even a really, he doesn't even have to respond to that. I should have just even played this. Just A5 would have been bigger, but it's the coconut porter. I blame the coconut porter. Oh, he still responds. Okay, sure, I'll take it. Why not? How about something like that? Ooh, why'd you do that? Yeah, I'd be upset about that. That's a pretty big endgame. I feel a resign coming. Alright, there it is. Okay, and he left before I had a chance to thank him for the game. So, tonight's game, I lost to a 5K really quickly for doing something stupid, and then I started to play really calm, and I ended up schooling a 3K. So that's life, right? That's just how it is. I start to get fancy, and then I play stupid. So this is kind of an interesting game. I think that I was ahead on points the whole time. I think that White was playing smaller, rel relatively smaller moves the whole game. I'll go ahead and see who's watching right now. Looks like Scatmakers is gone, and so Fire Disco Waffles. I guess I'll just review it myself. So let's see. Should review game. Okay, from the beginning. Pretty normal. This was not normal. I was expecting the attach on the other side, and he's probably used to playing. This is probably his signature weird ass move, but I think that this is emphasizing the top, and it's only really good if he's got a stone supporting him back here at like K16. I just played a Joseki, and I was expecting him to extend, but he never did. It's pretty amazing to me that the top became my biggest area. That's kind of shocking, actually. I just kind of slowly threw stones at it, and the top developed into, you know, my big area. Kind of unusual. I don't know if I played this right, and I was really surprised that it ended up giving me so many points in the end, but Maybe I should have played this high. Maybe a little loose like that. Maybe that would have been better. Maybe a little bit more in line with this Tanuki. I don't know. I'll load it into Smart Go. I haven't done that for a game in a while afterwards. This was all weird direction. I think he was really, it's like he was really trying to break it up and make small territories, I think, but he still, like, he ended up putting himself in a situation where he had incompleted Josekis like this. He had a nice big corner up here. This was looking pretty good. But this is just kind of like kind of a little group, and it's given me this double wing formation up here, so I'm happy with that. I think this was a pretty good move with a follow-up to back off. You know, that would be pretty good for white on the bottom, and that's probably what I would have done if I was white. I decided to just kind of stupidly settle by playing this, and for some reason white actually responded. If I was white, I would have just played like this. It's much bigger. It's much bigger in black's. I mean, he's still got a pretty big deficit, but it's much bigger. Let's see. How do I close this down? There we go. He was very responsive to these types of moves that I play all the time, because this is kind of like decision-making time. Do you want to just, you know, play here and let me form a wall, which he ultimately did, or do you want to play up here and try to split me? And unfortunately, I mean, or get out. And unfortunately, I think that ended up helping me a little bit. We'll see what happens. This this seemed really bad to me. As soon as I saw him respond to or play this, I was like, okay, cool. I mean, he's going to respond to this because he doesn't want to get split, right? He can't. So he has to play S6 basically. If you can't see it, then if he plays elsewhere, I can just do this, right? And that well, I guess it doesn't have to go down that way. Oh, that's not the right one. Sorry, it's this. I guess it doesn't have to go down that way still. Would I be happy with this? I mean, geez, I don't know. I don't know. I absolutely don't feel that this was. This was, my attempt at immediately using this thickness on my right. And I was kind of expecting him to do something like that. And I was going to try to, do something like that. I'm not entirely sure what I could have gotten away with there, but I feel like I could have benefited from it. I think I played wrong in this corner. I really should have just settled, I think. Done something really basic like this. Forced him to, I don't know, correct, and then just profited huge. It feels like that would have been a much smarter thing to do. I picked a fight unnecessarily and it ended up being a really big local loss. I gave him this thickness on the outside. I lived pathetically in the corner. And then I also had this weak group to take care of here. I was really surprised the top became my big chunk of land, and I was also kind of surprised that he let me get away with developing this bottom. I mean, those are pretty big moyos. And I mean, he lived here, but I still feel like I made out okay, because he didn't live very large. Whoa, score estimator thinks black's dead everywhere now. That's not a good day for me. I was really surprised to be able to get this one in, but sometimes it's just a matter of saying, yep, I want to get some territory. I get some territory and things become happy. I was kind of surprised he didn't follow through here And he let me Panuki'd here. I really thought that when I was doing this, I was basically making this exchange. I was saying, okay, fine, you can take those 2 stones if you want. And if you decide not to, I'll still take them anyway. And I'll still cut here. And I'll still be able to make this into a wall. I don't care. Instead of doing that, though, he said, okay, fine, I'm just going to cut up here. Or I'm just going to Atari over here on the outside. This is weird. I don't know if I should have captured or if I actually should have just connected and still kept the plan. I didn't want him to do anything like, I didn't want, what was I worried about? And I guess this doesn't give me any cause for concern. So, I'm not sure what I was worrying about. I mean, in the end, I pretty much got a similar kind of shape, but this little tail end right here got kind of into a precarious spot because, I mean, later on it ended up serving as a ladder breaker for this group up here. But then as soon as it became a ladder breaker, all of a sudden all he had to do was cover here and force me to block here, otherwise I would lose these 3 stones. And so the ladder breaker actually didn't work because of white's Miai to threaten these stones down here. And I didn't really think about that until I saw it. Decided to make shape here and try to make an effort to live locally. I felt like this Atari here was kind of a waste of a move because white's already alive there. And white doesn't really... I mean, I guess he's trying to threaten these stones, but I don't feel particularly threatened. So what I do is I Atari here because if I can capture these stones, then I live a little bit more easily down here. It's basically just a kind of a threat to live. As soon as he threatened to, I guess, capture this group or to threaten this group or attacking this group with this cut, I don't know. As soon as he did that, I just Atari'd up here, and I decided to take a big point for points because I saw this ladder breaker. But I should have investigated this a little bit more and realized this ladder breaker actually wasn't reliable because of that white Miai to capture or to cut here. So what I probably should have done was just kind of cover, just defend. Black or white probably would have come out like this, and I probably would have had to come out like this, and white probably would have continued to trash this entire upper territory. But I think just strictly from a territory perspective, I think black is still in a pretty good situation. Yeah. So I just took a big territory spot. Ended up not being as big as I thought it would be. So plus 18 versus plus 13, not that big. Probably unnecessary risk. And then, I mean, this was just a wasted move too, I think. I think white was playing super slow, and towards the end game, he didn't realize how many big points he was giving up. I mean, he basically just solidified me there for no benefit. This I should have recognized it earlier for what it was, which was, yeah, he's really taking away eye space. And maybe I should have corrected now, but I didn't. Instead, I expanded further. That, oh, that's weird. I guess this is better in all counts. Oh, things are getting kind of scary up here, though, aren't they? Yeah, things are getting kind of scary up here. is getting pretty terrifying. Oh, jeez. I don't think he can still manage to get enough liberties to be able to cause a real problem here. Don't know. Seems like it's still favorable for black, but that is scary. Okay, so yeah, he breaks the ladder, which makes me finally realize, oh yeah, yeah, that makes the bottom pretty big, doesn't it? Yeah, the score estimate even puts that at half a point difference, so I immediately felt like, okay, I guess I have to figure out how to make that group live. I was still optimistic about that, though. It felt like that should be something that I could do. Was this okay? Wow, the score has really turned towards white. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this. I thought when I did this, he would just, what did I expect? I thought he might just kind of go with it. I don't know. Does that work? No, I guess it doesn't because of that. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that was a tougher situation than I thought. That was a tougher situation than I realized actually. I took the this I don't think was good at all. He felt compelled to save these two stones, but he lost a lot of points down here. Jeez, that would have been big. Yeah, I ignored that, and I don't know if that was the right idea, but it seemed like this was pretty darn small. If I was to play here, it would be 7 points. I played here, ended up being virtually the same, basically 1 point more. It's kind of funny. In Gote. Oh man, that was terrible. Terrible, making me big. White's still up by that much. Wow, I didn't realize White was that far ahead. Wow. That's amazing. White was really ahead. Until I did this, right? No, White's still way ahead. Wow. I guess I just didn't have time to count. So White is definitely winning this game. Yeah, White is definitely winning this game going into the end game. It was really just this mistake. What a horrible mistake. If he'd only backed off. I guess just back off once, right? No, that's hard. That's a real weakness. I guess he would have just had to back off. Wow, that's really tough. Yeah, wow, White was really ahead. I got lucky with this that he didn't see that. I mean, he was in Byoyomi and I had 3 minutes. I was playing stupid. I didn't realize he was so far ahead. Those corners are huge. Yeah. So yeah, he does the exact wrong thing and suffers for it. It sucks. And I mean, basically, he even killed that corner. That corner just got zapped. Wow, White really deserved that game. If only he'd held in for another move. It sucks. I am gonna load this game. I'm gonna load this game into no into SmartGo, analyze it real quick, and then call it a night. I think I've got another 7 minutes. Oh, where is it? Documents, I think. No, where did I put it? Oh, there it was. Dropbox. Hobbies. Go. My Go games. Sloshed. 2016-04. What is it? It's the 26th. Now let's try to analyze it and see what happens. Is SmartGo worth it? I think it is. As a tool, I don't necessarily use it as a library, but I think it's worth it just for doing the game analysis. The Joseki and the Fuseki analysis is pretty useful. I'll give you a tour of it actually real quick. This is exactly what I like to do with it for when you don't have a handy professional around. What I'll do with it, I'll go to the start of the game. I'll turn on the Fuseki matching first of all. This loads all the database of pro games, and then you can just walk through your game really easily, and it'll show you how many games match the moves that you played. So like 47 games actually matched this sequence, which I was surprised by. And it seems like I played the Takemiya Masaki response. This seemed like a pretty sound response. F was played by only one game though. That's when all of a sudden there was only one game matching in the database. Far more common to just play this. It seems like this would be pretty good for black though. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I would want to play over here like that for sure. So I'll start with the Fuseki matching, and then what I'll usually do is go back to the beginning and I'll do Joseki matching for as much patience as I have. Most of the time the Josekis are pretty simple though. But if I have a question with a Joseki, I'll check it. Like this is the same kind of thing. It just focuses on the local corner as opposed to the whole board position or just the moves, which the Fuseki matching does. The sequence of the order of the moves in the opening. So this is just focusing on the Joseki, and this position is encountered many, many times, and it flips the stone colors and everything. So it could be black, white, white, black, whatever. And it seems like B is only played, it's played less than 15% of the time. But white played it, and then black's response almost 100% of the time is what I played, which is to make a Panuki. And A descent, or white descends, which is almost 100% of the time. And then I extend, the Joseki matching doesn't take into account the whole board position necessarily. It takes into account these influences, these kind of distant influences. So it seems like it would have been more common. Basically, black's next move 73% of the time is to Tanuki. So that means by and large, three quarters of the time it's going to be, Tanuki, black's going to Tanuki. And it's probably going to Tanuki to the top or to the bottom, or I guess to the top, I don't know. In the Joseki tool, it seems like the most common local play for the Joseki is A, which to me this kind of looks, I don't know, like a different game, I guess. So after I go through the Fuseki and the Joseki matching, I'll run the analysis, which does a move-by-move analysis of the board, and it shows you kind of move recommendations, and then it does a score estimate. I like it because it gives me an idea of the tempo of the game and the dynamic of the game with respect to the points, the score. So as you see, as this thing is analyzing for up to 5 seconds, you can set that limit to be whatever if you really want. I have it set to 5 seconds because my computer's is adequate for that to be pretty meaningful. For 5 seconds to be pretty meaningful, you can see it goes pretty quick. So kind of the nice thing about getting an idea for what the score estimator was over the span of the game is that you can kind of see when white had a clear advantage point-wise. And you can kind of see where the swings happened, like where you see those huge spikes in black's score was when there was a group that was not looking very good, you know. So I mean, it's pretty clear to me, and it's surprising to me actually. I didn't realize white had such an advantage for the entire game, or for most of the middle game. It looks like the tide turned a little bit. And then of course towards the end, black regains quite a bit of the advantage up until this mistake. And then the score estimator counts that entire corner group as being dead, which is, yeah, that's just a bad mistake in the end of the game. So if you walk through the game after it's been marked up like this, SmartGo also identifies kind of graphically, kind of visually what each of the what each side's sphere of influence is, more or less. It denotes kind of sort of quasi-scoring. I think it half scores these because it doesn't really consider it to be territory, so it half scores that for black, or quarter scores it even, I'm not sure. For this corner you can see there's no side stroke or anything like that. It counts this as solid territory, 1 point for each vertice. I like being able to walk through the game and see how these areas of influence evolve, how different groups become threatened. That's what the red denotes, different levels of threat. There's also some other useful tools that I've never gotten very good at. You can use SmartGo to do tactical analysis. So if you have a certain position, you can mark up the stones, and then you can say, okay, try to show me how white would capture that stone, and it'll give you tactics for how to do it. It'll give you life and death analysis, and it'll show you, it can, in theory, solve Sumigo and stuff like that, but I've never gotten really very good at using that aspect of SmartGo. I mostly just use it for walking through and doing broad overview kind of analysis of the games like this. Anyways, I think my time is just about up for the night. I'm gonna step away for now, but that was me losing to a 5K and then beating a 3K with a very lucky endgame mistake on his part. So everyone, have a good night, and I might stream some problems in the morning, or I might just wait until a lunch game or something like that. Yeah, no problem, Loki. I really like SmartGo actually. I was kind of like on the fence about it, but because I paid for Many Faces Ago as well, and then which was something like 85 bucks, and I haven't actually used Many Faces of Go since I bought SmartGo. Just for using as a learning tool, I like SmartGo a lot. There'll probably be an AlphaGo version of this in the future. Who knows? Where it'll have its own database, or it'll have its own database of hundreds of thousands of AlphaGo games that it's basing its analysis off of instead of pro games. Anyways, have a good night, everyone. I'm going to head out now, so bye.